Excuse me. How are you guys? So we started our conversation recently regarding the errors we can get inside JavaScript. So what we said pretty much this thing earlier was explaining that how many errors do we need to know in JavaScript that will give us a good understanding of JavaScript itself. So as you know, we've been kind of trying to cover these like multi-faceted like generalization like tracks generated by ChatGPT. That once we learn them, it will give us a deeper understanding. So the main track we did before was the learn this, solve these problems, and learn this thing you're trying to do as a default of solving the problems. Like meaning like by the fact that you will solve these problems by default, you will learn this other thing you're trying to understand. Now, this is a kind of interesting thing because really we asked it eventually. We were just like, how many errors do you just have to go through that you'll be able to just understand like JavaScript? And it was like, okay, listen, the core is, as you see over here, that there's 80, right? 30 to 40 core errors. However, it said that there is 400 syntax errors and a bunch of others, and altogether there's like 60 errors that if you know them, you're like, like pretty much how the whole parsing works in like JavaScript. So the thing is, because in JavaScript, it says a very interesting thing. It said that there's this thing called try and catch in JavaScript, and you can like run inside there the errors, right? Let's get it. Let's try to find this JavaScript JS mastery. All right, so we're gonna open this guy. Excuse me. Okay. So we made this thing called Air Mastery because there is a concept of, okay, we're going to do test.js. All right, so there's this concept of like try, and I think this is a syntax. You do like let x equals 30 or whatever, and then you do like, I don't know if this is exact the way you do the syntax. However, it's along these lines. Like you put this inside the try, and because this gives you an error, right? Now the goal of this try is to catch errors, right? Now this won't work. We have to ask the ChatGPT how exactly write the try. However, this won't work inside here because this is a syntax error, and he says this is pre runtime error. So, and that's why we ended up asking this question over here, which is very interesting because it says that once we do all these 30 to 40 errors, right? Okay, hold up, what's going on here? Once we do all these errors, okay, there you go. Excuse me. We'll be getting the hang of JS more. So we're gonna come to try later because there's gonna be different error because it doesn't work with the syntax errors anyway. Because you can't catch a syntax error; it just happens automatically. Like we'll show you over here. Like for example, like this let's okay, this guy way. Like for example, this is gonna give you duplication error. This actually doesn't give you an error. What gives you an error? Duplicate declaration, syntax errors. Yeah, this gives you an error. And this is not good because everybody, we're all afraid of errors, right? But the goal of this video is to come to the errors as like something good, something we want to know, because if we know when the error comes, we'll know how to fix it. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna come and we're gonna cover the main how to say these are the main 80 patterns. So technically it gave us way more. So it said 30, but okay. I really want to get through all 600 with God's help. However, we're gonna with God's help, we will like make an announcement once we finish the main ones, and then we'll be good. All right, but with God's help, we finish all 600. All right, so duplicate declaration is our first one. Excuse me. What happens when we do that? All right, we got WSL. So we have error mastery, duplicate declaration. All right, what's that? All right, something's weird. Error mastery, duplicate declaration. Alright, duplicate declaration is the first syntax error that it's talking about, and that's what this is over here. And what that is node. We're gonna do node error. Duplicate declaration, syntax errors. Okay. So we want to move one syntax errors out of here. One syntax error. Error mastery. Okay. So what we're gonna do, one duplicate declaration. Okay. Okay. All right. Oops. Okay. What happened? Duplicate declaration. All right. So we got this under syntax errors over here. Excuse me. All right. So we got this. We got this declaration of this variable, right? And then it gets declared again. However, the thing is, you have to know that once you declare it, the only way you can make it have a new one again is if you assign it. So, or just delete this one, because it's going to give you an error. So that's a problem. This won't give you an error, but this will give you an error. So we got to remember some of these things, and we just got to try to break JavaScript and see what's going to happen. And excuse me. That's our goal over here. Syntax errors. Okay. So we got this guy over here. His name is one error duplicate. So we're gonna do node one error duplicate. Okay. Ah, there you go. So see, this is syntax error, and this is exactly what we wanted. This is exactly what we wanted, because it says it's called duplicate declaration, right? This is a type of syntax error. It doesn't necessarily say what type of syntax error it is. It just says that it's a syntax error. So you just have to remember, it's a syntax error. It's called duplicate declaration. And all right, we got our first. This is how you fix it. Okay, so you put assignment instead. Right. We could show you exactly here. Just delete this, and you have only one X. Node. As you see, there's no problem with the pre runtime operation that's supposed to happen, right? Then we can do console.log x semicolon boom. Boom. Let's go. All right, so we get this. Nothing happens wrong. All right, but what happens if we do let? Boom, error. It's exactly what we wanted. We wanted to find this error. We wanted to kind of what's that word? Try to kind of probe the compiler, like a ping, you know. We wanted to kind of ping the compiler and see what's going on, because the error is going to be there if we don't fix it. So we want to know when the error happens. We want to know what's going to happen if we click some stuff, and we want to know that if we do this, it's going to give us an error. And also we have to know how to predict it in case we think the error is going to happen, and we have to know how to fix it as well. All right, so now we're going to keep this. We're going to keep the error because it's valuable for our information, right? We're trying to get to the 600 mark. God's help. And okay, so we got our error. This is the one where it's fixed. Remember, this is the assignment. All right, next one. All right, so we're gonna ask it for await outside async. Let's see this one. All right, you guys. We're gonna try to keep the lesson short for this one, and we're gonna try to get back to you in the next episode. So we're gonna make this short. With God's help, every video we do, we will make a little video about the error. And remember, the error is gonna get us more to know about what's going on underneath the hood. And remember, we have 600 that we're trying to do with God's help, and there's 30 to 40 like main 30 to 40 JavaScript errors in order to master JS deeply. So we're gonna see what ChatGPT is talking about. We want to see how accurate it is, and so we're gonna just try to go along with the 40 errors because it's pretty cool, and we'll see what's gonna go out, what's gonna go on. All right, so class dismissed. We're gonna really quickly ask it a couple questions real quick. What are the 30, 40 main errors though? Alright, you guys. We're gonna see what it says real quick. Alright. So yeah, we're gonna with God's help finish all the rest of these. By next class we're gonna be doing the next ones that are on the list. And today we covered duplication declaration, which gives us an error. So next class we'll get back and we're gonna do some more with God's help. Okay, you guys, peace out.